All right, do we have enough people in the session? 52, good. Let me share my screen. All right. Let's wait for a couple of more minutes. 53 is what is the count is. We have 60 people usually. Guys, you need to join a little early, guys. You need to join a little early. Let's 5-10 minutes waiting for you guys. I understand that 9 o'clock you have some important work at home, dinner and stuff, but make sure you attend a little early. I mean, you attend on time. 9:05. Let's start by 9:05. See, if I am late, maybe that's all right because all of you are going to miss the session. If I am late, you will all miss the same thing. But if you are late, maybe you will only the person who is going to miss because we can't wait for long. So please join by 9:05 at least every day. We'll start by 9:05. Let's not waste time till 9:10. What difference is the 5 minutes going to make? A lot. And I'm talking about 5 minutes over 2.5 months. All right. So let me just get some water before we start. Just come out of another batch. Chandana, GitHub video. Sare tali, Sudam. Time dorkinappudu Sudam, kangarem ledu. I'll be on mute. I'll be waiting for the rest of them to join. Hold on. Let's wait for 2 more minutes and we will start. All right, let's start. It's already late. We are late by 10 minutes already. So let's start. I don't think we'll have anyone joining. If they join, it's up to them. So I've not yet created the GitHub project, so you'll not be getting the entire notes as of now. Tomorrow, I assure you, you're going to get this entire Word document at once. So hold on just for today. Hold on for today. Don't worry for today. Learn the concept for today. Relax. You'll get the entire notes. You'll get the entire notes. By the time you wake up tomorrow morning, you will be having invitations in your email box, in your inbox. Okay. You will be having invitation to join something like this. So trust me, you'll get it tomorrow. I deliberately delayed this so that I can share it to you tomorrow. Today night, I will create all these accounts for, I'll create the repo and add your accounts, which you have updated on Excel in Classroom. So that I'll be taking as the input, and I'll add you guys. You will be getting an invitation. Unless you accept the invitation, you're not going to be added to the repo. All right. Accepting the invitation is up to you. So I'll be sending out invitations for all of you, whoever has updated the Excel file. All right. If you have not updated the Excel file yet, update it. Update it. Okay. So in previous session, that was on Friday, I believe. On Saturday, we have not learned anything. On Friday, we have learned about STLC, software test lifecycle. Software test lifecycle. So we have also learned about test plan, test strategy, requirement traceability matrix. So entry criteria, exit criteria, acceptance criteria. These three we did not learn. So entry criteria. What is entry criteria? Or let's say entry, exit, and acceptance criteria. Let me summarize it like this for you guys. Entry criteria determines when to start your testing actually. When should we actually start testing? When is the right time to start testing? That is what is determined by your entry criteria. What is the indication that you should start your testing? Just because the build is ready, you will not start your testing, as I already told you guys. So that becomes your entry criteria. Next, your exit criteria. How much of testing is enough of testing? When to stop your testing? See, if you are going to this login functionality, email and password login functionality, if you are going to test the same email login functionality with 100 different users, is it going to make any difference? Or you take 10 scenarios, 10 test cases where you will be testing this login functionality in 10 different ways, or you will test the same functionality in one different way, but with 100 different user IDs. Which one is more efficient? Testing it in 10 different ways is efficient, or one way, but testing with 100 different usernames? Is that the effective way? Which one is more effective? Giving 10 different inputs is effective, or giving the same input 100 times, same kind of input 100 times? Which one is more effective when you are testing it? First option, that is testing your functionality. You might have written only 10 test cases. The number of test cases is not going to determine how quality your application is. Just because you have done 100 test cases does not mean it is a high quality product. You never know what kind of test cases you have written. You write only 10 test cases, but those 10 test cases you have covered, you have tested the application in all the possible ways. You have tested this functionality in all possible formats, in all possible ways, manners. That is what is a quality product is. The more different ways you test your application, the more chances of finding a bug. The more bugs you find out, the more matured your application will be. The more mature your application is, the more stable it will be. That's what brings out the satisfaction for your customer. So number of test cases is not a criteria, the only criteria to determine your quality of testing, the quality of your application. All right. So please keep this in mind. So just because you'll have to test it, you will not going to over test it, or that means test it too much, or test it very less. Too less of testing or too much of testing is harmful. So you should maintain that balance between too much and too less. Again, that's not your headache. Don't worry. That's the headache of your project lead, your project manager, your business analyst, your functional team. Assuming that you guys get an automation job, this is not your headache. Writing the test cases, determining the entry criteria, determining the exit criteria is not your headache. Automating the stuff is your headache. So This will be taken care by project lead, project manager, business analyst, or your product owner. Those people. They will determine when we should start testing, when we should stop testing, and acceptance criteria is nothing but just because you have developed an application, just because you have done your testing, it does not mean he's going to accept your product. Just because it's Google Pixel, are you going to take it even if it is defective, even if it is faulty? No, it should. See, let's say you got Google Pixel new version in the market. Just because it's Google, just because the CEO is Sundar Pichai, our Indian, fellow Indian, South Indian especially, are you going to accept, are you going to buy the smartphone? No, no, you will first take a review on the internet. What is the review? What is क्या है उसका नाम? YouTube पे review देता है, कौन है वो? Who is that person who gives review of gadgets on YouTube? Technical Guruji. What is his name? Just because that particular X person or Geeky Ranjit, this person, you have lots of famous people on the internet who give reviews. Geeky Ranjit, correctly. So just because these guys are giving reviews, you're not going to purchase it. You're going to take a whole review of the product. If you feel that the product is not as per your requirements, heating issues, not a good quality camera, okay, it is a little slow, not enough performance, whatever may be your requirements. If your requirements are not met in the product, you're not going to take or you're not going to purchase the product. Similarly, your client also. If his requirements are not satisfied, if there are too many bugs, if the bugs are not fixed in time, maybe that is not satisfied under acceptance criteria. To give you an example how acceptance criteria looks like, it's nothing but, let's take your is a sprint wise project. Every sprint, you're a testing team, you're a development team, both of them will have different acceptance criteria. This entry criteria, exit criteria, it will be for a testing team only. Acceptance criteria also will be for testing team only. So what it will be is, at least 95% of your test cases should pass. Does not mean you pass them deliberately. Naturally, they should pass. The application should be working in such a way that 95% of your test cases should pass. There should not be any bugs, or there should not be any active bugs. If there is any active bug that is not yet fixed, then you should inform the client. The client has a set of specifications before release. Okay, if those specifications are met, that is nothing but his acceptance criteria is met. That is how he will say, okay, you have met my acceptance criteria, we are good to go with release. So your acceptance criteria is must. So your product owner is going to set the acceptance criteria. For a testing team, a typical acceptance criteria will be something like 95% of your test cases should be accepted, should be passed. Okay, your bug fixes should be done on time. There should not be any high severity, high priority bugs active at the moment. If that's the case, they might roll back that particular feature which is causing this bug. They will remove that particular feature and proceed with a release, or they will postpone this release until this bug is fixed. Something they would think of it. Okay, so this is what is your acceptance criteria is. Next, your test coverage, test data. What is test data? You already know what test data is. What is test data? Dummy data. For what? Let's not say that test data is nothing but the inputs that you are going to give for your test case. The input that you are going to give for your test case. Okay, even if you want to test your login functionality, you should give some random username and password, right? So you should be giving all those details, all those inputs here. All right. That is what is your test data is. Test data is the input that you give for your test case. The input that you give for your test case is your test data. Just because you are writing a test case does not mean you should not give an input. Unless you give your input, your application is not going to give you any output. If you are not giving input, it will not give output. If it is not giving output, you cannot test the functionality. As simple as it. Okay. So this is what is your test data is. Then what is test coverage? Test coverage is nothing but it's a kind of standard. It's a metric. Okay. How much amount of testing did you do? Okay, how many test cases did you write? what is the amount of, what do you say, in how many different combinations did you test the application? In how many different ways did you test the application? That is what is declared, that is what is understood in your test coverage. The more test coverage, it means the more test coverage means the more different ways you have tested the application. The more test coverage, the more chances of finding your bugs. The more bugs are found out, the more it will be fixed. The more fixed, the more stable. So test coverage is nothing but the different ways in which you have tested the application. The more number of ways, unique ways, interactive ways you find to test your application, the more stable your application will be. That is what is your test coverage is. Then what is your test script? Whenever you get script in testing terminology, script is nothing but your automation code. Whatever code you may write it in Java, you may write it in Python, whatever may be the language, that's not the problem. The important thing is test script means your automation code, as simple as that. All right, everyone clear till this point? Or does anyone have any doubts, queries? Kishore, tell me what your doubt is. Kishore, you seem to be having a doubt. If you have, okay, you are clear. Cool. Okay, no problem. Cool. So let's look into software maintenance lifecycle, and I will also cover your your bug lifecycle also. All right, let's complete both of these so that I will try to start Jira tomorrow. I'll try to start Jira so that you have learned Scrum and Agile just a couple of days back. So your memory will be still fresh in your mind. So we will be starting Jira tomorrow so that you can immediately relate to whatever you have learned. Learning is different. Doing it by practice is different. So that memory is still fresh in your mind. So let's start Jira tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's session, as usual, 9 p.m. IST. Today I'll try to complete software maintenance lifecycle and software your bug lifecycle. Let's see if you are able to process it. Maintenance lifecycle. When will you get your maintenance? When will the maintenance phase start? Do we have even any phase called as maintenance? After a deployment, exactly. After product is released, deployed, delivered, that is when your maintenance phase will start. What happens in your maintenance? What is the important concept in your maintenance? What will you do in your maintenance phase? Don't say testing. That's not the only thing that you are going to do. Okay, repair things. Okay. Repair. That's a very good terminology I have heard. Very good. Interesting way of expressing your thought. Good, good. But again, by the end of this course, you should be able to fluently speak the terminology. That's more important. Okay. So what do they do in maintenance? What do they do? Let's say you have a motorbike, Bullet Classic 350. You have a bike. When you give it for servicing, what will the showroom guys do? You will say, Anna mileage, Anna brake, Anna clutch, Anna horn. You will ask them to fix the existing things which are not working or which you are not satisfied with. Okay. Again, what will he do? If any new parts need to be added, if any new parts should be added to the bike. Okay. If any new parts need to be added to the bike. Okay. You want different silencer with different sound, different beating. He will add a new what do you call that? New accessory. You want two mirrors, he will add those two mirrors. Similarly, even in your product also, even in your software application also. Your maintenance phase is nothing but you may be adding new features or functionalities to it, or you may be repairing, or you may be, as someone has said, repairing or fixing any existing bugs which have been surfaced, which have been encountered after your deployment. Maybe some bugs you did not find out during your testing phase. Yes, it's very natural. It's very natural. They may doubt your testing, but again, it's not possible for any human being to test the application in all possible combinations. There will always be some scenarios you might have left out without testing. Those might not have come to your mind, your thought process. That's all right. Not wrong to have bugs after deployment. You're also a human being, you're not ChatGPT. So maintenance phase basically involves in fixing any issues that are encountered after your deployment, or adding any new functionalities that have been given by the client, or after deployment. As you have seen in Google Play Store, in the product review, they will be asking for new functionalities or new issues they will be reporting. Based on the customer or client or end user requirement, you might be adding some more new functionalities, or you might be fixing existing bugs which have been faced after deployment. This is what is your maintenance is. Maintenance phase is basically improve the performance efficiency of your application. Okay, the only thing is that you got to know about these details after release. That's the only thing. Understood what your maintenance phase does? Or do you have any confusion, any query? Talk me in middle if you have any query. If you're not answering anything, I'll consider that your silence is all right. Your silence is yes. Your maintenance phase is nothing but it will deal with the bugs which have been encountered, which have been faced. What is a bug actually? What is a bug? Bug and defect are very loosely used terms. Okay. They are used in separate, they are not different. Most of the times your bug and defect are same. Your error is different. Your error might cause your application to crash sometimes. Your failures might cause your applications to crash, but your bug does not cause your application. Your bug or defect does not cause your application to crash. Very important thing to note. It may or may not. I'm not saying your bug will definitely cause your application to crash. Let's say you are opening Flipkart. I have purchased new shoes from Flipkart. He is saying if you want to purchase Puma shoes, there is offer going, end of season sale offer. Use this coupon code if you are going to purchase this particular shoes. You'll get 35% off at checkout. This is what Flipkart has offered. Imagine you have used the particular coupon, and at the checkout, either you are not getting any discount or you are getting more than 35% of discount. Either of the cases, it is an issue. Either of the cases, it is not working as per the requirement. The requirement is to deduct only 35%. Only 35% discount should be given. But either it is giving more than 35% discount, or it is giving more than, or it is giving no discount at all. So ultimately, it is not working as per the requirement. That is when you classify, that is when you call it as a bug. So is your Flipkart purchase functionality stopped now? Are you not able to purchase anything? Just because Flipkart is not giving you discount, does it mean are you unable to purchase your shoes, your Puma shoes? No, you can still purchase your Puma shoes, but it's just that you're not going to get any discount because the coupon code which you are using, it is not working. So the bug is only with the coupon code part, not the purchase part. So that is what is your bug is. So what do you do in your maintenance? In your maintenance, you'll be either fixing any bugs that you have encountered or the end users might have encountered after release. You'll be fixing those kind of bugs. Because how will you find out, how you as a testing team will find out the bugs after release? You are the testing team. How will you find out the bugs even after release? Tell me. UAT, okay. UAT is before release only, to be honest. UAT is before release only. UAT is before release only. So UAT, okay, UAT also is one option, but UAT maybe does not come under maintenance, but again, depends. You will be obviously doing prod testing also, right? Chandana, what is the product license got expired or token issues? I did not understand. What is that? Product license got expired or token issues. అంటే ఏంటి తల్లి అది? నాకు అర్థం కాలే అది ఏంటనేది. I'm not sure what you meant. Product license got expired / token issues. ఏంటి తల్లి అది? అర్థం కాలేదు మరి అది ఏంటో. I don't by mistake. Okay, cool. So how will you get your issues from prod environment? You will also be doing prod testing sometimes. Did I not tell you this? You'll also be doing prod testing. Yes or no? You'll also do prod testing, kada? You'll do prod testing. Obviously, some of you have mentioned customers' feedback. Very good, correct. Someone said UAT, correct. UAT is also a feedback. So you'll be getting feedback from all of these sites. So this is what you will consider for your maintenance. Feedback plus any new features that need to be added. Okay, this is what is your maintenance is. Either fixing bugs after release or adding new functionalities to your application. Whatever it is, the entire maintenance life cycle is similar to your SDLC, software development life cycle only. All the phases that you have, your maintenance life cycle is similar to your development life cycle only. Because let's say you got a bug. Let's say you got a bug. Your tester needs to understand what that bug is. So you'll have to analyze. Okay, he'll have to replicate that bug. He'll have to write the code. He'll have to test it. He'll have to give you the build. You will have to test it. Again, you will proceed with deployment. This is the case in your bug, in case of a bug. In case if it's a new functionality, again, if it's a new functionality, requirements should be gathered. Analysis should be done. Design should be updated. Code should be updated. Testing should be done. Again, the same phase is the same phases, same process is going to be repeated. So don't you think even your maintenance life cycle is similar to your development life cycle? Don't you think both of them are same? More or less, your development and your maintenance are both same only. Everything is same for you. But in your development life cycle, you are going to develop the entire application. You are going to take your requirements in bulk at once. But in your maintenance life cycle, what are you going to do? You'll be fixing bugs and additionally you'll be taking some more new requirements. May not be on the scale of your development life cycle. May not be exactly like your development life cycle, but you may be taking some more new requirements, new functionalities like that. Your maintenance life cycle and development life cycle, both of them have the same processes, same phases. You need not mug up this again specially. Okay. You understood what happens in your maintenance life cycle? Everyone. Okay. Implementation, nothing but your code only. Implementation is nothing but your code only. In the diagram, you have implementation. What you have after a design? After a design, you have coding only, no? And implementation is nothing but your coding, development, whatever you want to call it as. Okay. So this is what is your maintenance life cycle is. Again, your maintenance is of multiple types. Just because it is maintenance does not mean maintenance is a straightforward thing. Maintenance is very different. You have different types of maintenances. Corrective, adaptive, perfective, preventive. What do you understand by corrective? By the very word corrective, what do you understand by corrective? That very word. What does it remind you? What thought process are you getting in your mind when you listen to the word corrective? Makes it correct. That means it is fixing something. So corrective maintenance is nothing but fixing any issues. You get any issue that is going to be fixed in your corrective maintenance. The maintenance can be of anything. As I already told you, either fix the bugs or either create, develop, test new things, new functionalities. So corrective maintenance is fixing your bugs. Let's imagine in this release, you do not have any new functionalities to be added. In your sprint 5, there are no new functionalities that got added. You're only testing the existing functionality. Then or you are testing the existing functionality and testing and fixing the bugs that were reported by the customer. That is nothing but your corrective maintenance only. You're not doing anything new. You're not fixing anything new. I mean, sorry, you're not you're not testing anything new. Only fixing the existing bugs. So that's the only thing you are doing. So that is your corrective maintenance. The corrective maintenance, you are only going to correct things or fix your bugs. That's it. You're not going to develop anything new. Next is your perfective maintenance. Perfective maintenance is nothing but based on your customer reviews, your end user reviews, customer requirements, end user requirements. If you keep on updating the application and maintain it appropriately based on the market standards, that is your perfective maintenance. Of course, perfective maintenance or your adaptive maintenance, both will look the same. I'll explain it to you. Next, your preventive. What do you understand by preventive? Preventive. What do you understand by preventive? What example can you think of by using preventive? All right. Okay. So let me give you one simple example. Preventive. Preventive means you are stopping something from happening. Okay. Exactly, Santoshini. That was the example I was going to give. Why are you taking COVID vaccine or why did you take COVID vaccine? Because you don't want to get COVID. You are taking vaccination means you don't want to get corona. You don't want to get that disease. Right? Vaccination is done as a preventive measure, as a prevention, precaution. All right. You did not catch corona. If you catch corona, you will not use vaccine. You will need some more time to take your vaccine. Vaccine is taken by whom? Those who have not yet contracted COVID. All right. It's a preventive measure. It's done in order to avoid something from happening. So same, your preventive maintenance is also done as part of, let's say you are getting some issues in the particular module. Let's say in your payment module, you are frequently getting some bugs every time after release. Okay. Every time after release, you are getting some bugs in your payment module. The payment module recently got a little unstable due to some features being added to it. So as a preventive measure, you make all the code changes which you think might be an issue after release. You don't even know if this is going to be an issue in the release also. You don't even know that. You don't even know if this is going to be an issue. But as a precaution, as a preventive measure, you don't know if you're going to get COVID or not, but you're still taking the vaccine. Similarly here also. You don't even know if you're going to get that bug or not, but you're still going to make those changes in your code or whatever it is in the module so that you don't get that bug after release. That is what is our preventive maintenance. Maybe you have data from previous maintenance windows where, in the past 2 maintenance windows, I had payment module issue. So this time I should not have any payment module issue. So I need to work a little proactively this time. So I should not get any bug. Maybe that's how your thought process is. Maybe that's how you will fix it. You never know. Just because you are doing preventive maintenance, it does not mean your application has a bug. You are doing it because as a precautionary measure, so that you don't get any bug after release. Even if you still get it, your kismat, your lines on your hand, your nasib. Nobody can do anything. Okay. That is what is preventive. Preventive, perfective, corrective. These 3 are done. Next is your adaptive maintenance. Next is your adaptive maintenance. Need not worry about these notes. I'll be sharing this with you tomorrow. I'll tell you how to share this with you, how to get this to your machines. I have already asked you guys to install IntelliJ Git on Saturday itself. We have completed that part. So these 2 are very important for you in tomorrow's session. Okay. So what is adaptive maintenance? What is the Android version currently in the market? I'm using MIUI, so Android 12, Android 13 లేదా? Okay. Latest Android version, let's think Q3. Q3 is not even there in 2024. We are not even there in 2024. Q3 2023. So Android 13 is what is currently in the market. This is what is currently in the market, Android 13. Okay. So Android 13. Let's say Sundar Pichai comes and he's going to say, okay, folks, we are going to release Android 14 in Q3. Q3 means quarter 3. Quarter 3 means 3, 3 into 3, 9. So after September, let's say Sundar Pichai is going to say now, tomorrow morning, Google important call, important Google Meet tomorrow. He is going to release an important Google update saying in Google Town Hall meeting, he is going to say, okay, we are going to release Android 13 from Q3 onwards. Selected mobiles, selected devices are going to get Android 14 update, OTA update to their mobile phones. This is what he's going to say. So what are the most famous applications on Android platform? Don't say Candy Crush, man. What are the most famous, most commonly used applications which you can find in anyone's phone on Android? Which applications can you think of on top of your head? Exactly. WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Gmail. So these are all the most commonly used applications. Let's not consider Google's products. Let's ignore them. Google is, however, going to be ready with all those updates. But Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, these three are most commonly used. WhatsApp is most widely used on your Android mobile phones. So if Sundar Pichai is going to roll out Android 14 from Q3 2023, that is after September 2023, Sundar Pichai is going to roll out Android. Why Sundar Pichai is rolling out Android? Because Android is owned by Google. Google has the rights on Android. Apple has the rights on iOS. Google owns Android. Okay. So Google will say, we are going to roll out new Android 14 in Q3, September 2023. Very good. Now what happens is, your WhatsApp, which is most widely used on your Android platform, he will have to start worrying about it, because if we get new Android update in the market in September 2023, but if the WhatsApp application is not ready to handle those new Android 14 functionalities, what if WhatsApp is not going to work on Android 14? What is going to happen? Android is not working on Android 14. WhatsApp is not working on Android 14, but Telegram is working on Android 14. What will happen now? WhatsApp is not working on Android 14. Exactly. People will start using Telegram or some other new application. So WhatsApp is going to face a lot of loss or not? WhatsApp will be facing a loss. I mean, migration. More people will be migrating to Telegram because WhatsApp was not unable to update its application for Android 14. All right. Just because WhatsApp is not supported on Android 14, Telegram is supported. Are you going to wait by not updating your Android? Just because of WhatsApp, are you going to stop updating your? Just because WhatsApp is not going to be working on Android 14, are you not going to update your Android version? मैं तो करूँगा. For me, Android version is more important than WhatsApp. I will not wait for WhatsApp to release new update. If WhatsApp releases new update, they will release. I am going to migrate. I am going to update my phone to Android 14 for sure, because that is more important than your WhatsApp. So there will be many users like me who are not going to be bothered about WhatsApp. If WhatsApp is not working, let it not work. I will move to Telegram. No problem. मेरे को कुछ है भी नहीं WhatsApp पे करने के लिए, तो जरूरी भी नहीं है WhatsApp. चलता मेरे को, व्हाट्सएप नहीं है तो भी टेलीग्राम पे बैठूंगा मैं जाके, बट मेरे को Android 14 is more important for me than WhatsApp. So there will be at least hundreds and thousands of users like me in the entire world. And the entire world बोले तो hundreds of thousands तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं रहेंगे, lakhs में रहेंगे. So WhatsApp is going to face a lot of difficulty because most of the users are migrating to Telegram. What happens if most of the users are migrating to Telegram? They may not come back again to WhatsApp because Telegram has more functionality than WhatsApp. Nobody understands that. Telegram has more functionality than your WhatsApp. Telegram is more secure than your WhatsApp. Most people don't realize this. WhatsApp is nothing in front of Telegram. So WhatsApp will be facing these difficulties because users are not using it. So again, what will it do? It will have to start updating its application. It will have to adopt to the market changes. Market में भी क्या चल रहा है? Android 14 चल रहा है. If you are not upgrading your application to Android 14 to support Android 14, your application will be thrown in dustbin by the user. That user is not going to use your application. So adaptive. The word adaptive itself means that you need to adapt. You need to adjust to the changes that are happening in the software world, in the IT world. So what is the new buzz thing that Android 14 is going to release in Q3 2023? So all the Android application makers should be ready with their updates for Android 14. जो कुछ भी changes होंगे उसके लिए तैयार रहना पड़ेगा उनको. They'll have to prepare themselves. They'll have to write the code in advance. Understood what adaptive maintenance is? Cool. I'll take your silence as a yes. Next thing after your different maintenance windows. So can I continue with at least these concepts for today? We may or may not complete your bug life cycle, but at least let's complete your defect report and stuff. Let's complete your bug life cycle. Okay. Bug life cycle. First, your bug life cycle or your defect life cycle. Okay. So what is a bug? Bug is nothing but any requirement or any functionality that is not working as per the client's requirement. Anything in the application. It can be a small functionality. It can be an entire module also. It can be anything. Okay. If it is not working as per the requirement of the client, then you classify it as a bug or a defect. Both of them are very loosely termed, very closely related, each of them. I mean, both of them. So not much difference between your bug and defect. But your error, failure, those are different. Errors and failures might cause your application to crash, but your bugs may not. All right. So what is your defect life cycle or bug life cycle? Very important question even in your interview. You're going for an exclusive manual interview. The interviewer is going to ask you to explain what is bug life cycle for sure. Okay. So what is a bug? You know that. What is a bug life cycle? So imagine you are a tester, manual or automation. Don't ask me that thing. You are a tester. You can be manual, you can be automation. If you are getting 20 lakhs per annum, फर्क क्या पड़ता है? So whatever it is. मुझे 20 लाख देंगे तो मैं कुछ भी करूंगा. ऑटोमेशन भी करूंगा, मैनुअल भी करूंगा. मुझे तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. 20 लाख देने के बाद कुछ भी कर लो. ठीक है? अगर 40 लाख दोगे तो कुछ और भी कुछ करूंगा मैं. So not a problem. So whatever it may be, you are doing your testing. You get a bug. Don't be in this thought process that if you are doing automation, you're not going to get bugs. No, that's not the thing. If you are doing automation, your job is not to find out bugs. That's the catch that you need to understand. It's not your job to find out bugs in automation. But if you get a bug in automation also, when you're automating your test case, when your test case is executing, code is executing, you get a bug, you will immediately report it. Does not mean मैं automation हूँ, मैं report नहीं करूँगा. I'm automation, I won't report. No, नहीं चलेगा ऐसा. That's not how it works. As an automation engineer, it's not your job description to find out bugs maybe. But if you get a bug, you will report it for sure. You will have to report it for sure. You may not be actively searching for bugs, but you'll have to report it if you encounter. That's for sure. If you face it, you'll report it. So next thing, you are testing your application, manual or automation, you get a bug. If you get a bug, and you raise that bug, once you immediately get a bug that is in your new state. New is nothing but your bug has been just now found out. It will be raised on Jira shortly. That is the new state is. A bug passes through all these phases, stages, life cycle of a mosquito, life cycle of a butterfly. You have all learned this. क्या रहता है पहले? छोटा सा अंडा. After that, small cocoon. After that, small butterfly, large butterfly. पहला small mosquito egg, फिर larva, फिर mosquito, फिर malaria, dengue. This is what happens in your life cycle of mosquito. Similarly, even for your bug also. When you find out your bug, you are going to put it under the new state. And if you are, immediately after it is raised, it is not mandatory that your developer will immediately start working on it. Some bugs are high priority, some bugs are not high priority. Depends. I'll let you know what priority is. So depends. So new, there are multiple states. New state is nothing but when you find out your defect, it's in new. That's it. Found out a defect. That's it. A defect which was not found out any time previously. That is your new state. What is open? Open means it is open for the developer to pick it up. Anyone from the development team can start working on it. It has not been assigned to anyone yet in the development team. We're still waiting for a developer to be assigned and they can start working on it. No developer is assigned yet. But again, just because you have raised a bug, it does not mean it will be accepted. Once your bug is found out, there are two possibilities. Maybe it will get rejected, maybe it will be accepted. If it is accepted, it will be in open state. If your bug is accepted, it will be in open state. That means they will shortly assign a developer to work on it. But again, if the development team does not feel that yours is a bug, they will straightforward reject it, saying that this is not a bug. If it is not a bug, then what is it? If it is not a bug, then what is it? Deferred error, it's a feature. If it's not a bug, it's a feature. Maybe you did not understand the testing requirement correctly. So just because you found out a bug, it's not going to be considered as a bug. If it is not considered as a bug, it will be straightforward rejected, saying that Babu, this is not a reject, this is not a bug. We are not going to consider it. एक बार थोड़ा पढ़ के आ जाओ हमारे पास, पढ़ लिख के आ जाओ, एक बार requirements देख के ध्यान से पढ़ के ध्यान से टेस्टिंग करके हमारे पास आ जाओ. This is what your development team is going to say. You did not read the requirements correctly, properly, thoroughly. You did not test this correctly. This is not what you test this for. So read your requirements correctly. So they will reject your bug. Or if your bug is accepted, it will be in open state. Means no developer is assigned. It is ready to be picked up by your developer. Any developer, when he finds some time, can pick up your bug and start working on it. But again, immediately they start working on it does not mean it is going to be fixed. No. Just because they've started working on it, no, they cannot immediately fix it also. Either they will fix it in the current release or they might fix it for the upcoming releases called as a deferred bug. Deferred is nothing but it will be fixed in the upcoming sprints or for the upcoming releases, not in the immediate release. It will not be fixed for the immediate release. They understand that it is a bug. They accept that it is a bug, but they will not be fixing it immediately. They'll be fixing it for the upcoming, not for the upcoming release, for future releases. Because it's not important for the upcoming release. That is what is your deferred bug is. But what is your fixed state? Fixed means your developer has worked on the bug and he has fixed the bug. After fixing, what will they do? I will just a minute. I have something to check. You guys in the meantime, check it out. Okay. So what stages did we learn? New, rejected, fixed, open, and deferred. So till here, everyone understood the different phases or stages, the meaning of each of these phases. Everyone. New means immediately raised a bug. Rejected means it is not considered as a bug, so the developer will reject it. Open means it is ready to be picked by your developer. The developer should start working on it. If the developer works on it, there are two possibilities. Either he will fix it immediately or he will fix it for the upcoming release. I mean, in the future release, not the upcoming release, in the future release. Maybe he'll work on it in the next sprint. He accepts that yours is a bug. Yes, boss, yours is a bug. I understood, but I'm not going to work on this immediately because this is not priority. This is not a very serious bug. We can postpone working on this bug. So he'll postpone the working on this bug. That is what is deferred is. Fixed is he'll fix the bug. After the bug is fixed, what do you have to do? After the bug is fixed, what will you do? Bug fix అయిపోయింది. ఏం చేస్తారు next? Exactly. You will retest your application. Retesting itself means testing for the bug. Testing if the bug has been fixed or not. Don't say testing. No, testing is not the term you should use. You should say retest. No, not acceptable if you say test. Retest is the correct term. Retest. If your issue is not yet resolved, then you will again open the same ticket and say, "Arey bhai, not fixed. Kya kar rahe ho? Jaldi karo." This is what you will tell your developer. It is fixed. Khatam, you will close the bug. Done. Closing the bug means the bug has been fixed. The bug is no longer present in the application. That is what is closed is. So understood everyone now? Here these things all of a sudden moving. कोई है क्या? कोई तो दिख नहीं रहा मुझे. All right. Which part do you want me to explain again? Open. Open means the bug has been raised, but there is no developer assigned yet. There will be many developers in the development team. Anyone can pick up your bug. So that is not assigned to the developer. They have accepted that yours is a bug, but no developer is assigned. So imagine you get आपका AC नहीं चल रहा घर में. Your AC is not working. You will raise a complaint to Hitachi customer care. What will they say? Okay, sir. Okay, madam. We are going to assign a technician to you. The technician will visit your home and he'll fix your AC. This is what they'll say. So unless your technician is assigned to you, your issue will not be resolved, right? Just they have accepted that yours is an issue. But just because they have accepted it does not mean that your technician will come and visit you. So open means your bug is accepted, but no developer is assigned yet. Just like your technician is not assigned. If your technician is not assigned for you, your AC repair will not happen. If your developer is not assigned to you, your bug will not be fixed. That is what is open state is. Deferred. Deferred means, of course, not all the bugs will be classified as deferred. All right. If it's not an important functionality that is not going as part of this release, you can classify it as deferred. Again, that depends on the client. It depends on the product owner who that person is going to say if this can be deferred or not. We are not the right people to decide if it is deferred or fixed or whatever it is. Okay. We are not the right people to decide. If it is really a genuine issue, maybe we can take a call. But again, if it does not have much dependency on other modules, maybe that we can leave it to product owner, product manager to decide if this is a blocker or if this is a deferred bug or not. All right. So this is what it is. Understood everyone now? Rashida, understood? समझ में आया आपको? Perfective maintenance. Perfective maintenance is like your adaptive maintenance only. But problem is the maintenance will be done based on the end users or customers who use the application based on their feedback. See, perfective maintenance does not mean they are going to do maintenance. let's say one application is not your PUBG application. It's not working on Motorola phones. Okay, there is an exclusive bug that is visible only in Motorola phones. Okay, it is not a very serious issue, to be honest. It's not blocking your entire application in across all the Android platforms. No, only Motorola users are facing this issue, or only Google Nexus users are facing this issue. So just because of that, you're not going to you're not going to panic on that issue, and you're not going to start modifying your application. You're going to analyze all the issues, and if you arrive at a pattern saying that, all the Nexus users are facing this issue, then that is why you will say, okay, all these people are facing this issue. I got to know about this based on the feedbacks on the Google Play Store. So I'm going to fix this issue only for Motorola users, like that. But your adaptive maintenance, it's for the entire Android platform, not just for Motorola, not just for Google Nexus or Google Pixel, whatever it is. Okay, you will take feedback from the users in whatever way possible, and then you will start modifying or updating your application. All right, that is what is your perfective maintenance is. That is what happens in your perfective maintenance. All right, next, deferred and rejected. Deferred means he's not going to immediately work on the bug. He will postpone working on the bug depending on the severity of the bug. If the bug is not that important, he might postpone working on that particular bug also. Rejected means if he does not feel that it is a bug. Arey chal tum theek se test nahi kare, you did not test the application properly. So I am not going to consider this as bug. When will you get deferred? When will you get deferred? Will you get deferred after the bug has been accepted or after the bug has been rejected? When will you get deferred? You will get deferred only if the bug is accepted. The bug is not accepted, then it is straightforward rejected only. You will get the deferred phase only if the bug is accepted. That is the major difference between your deferred and rejected. Rejected means it is not even considered as a bug. Deferred means it is considered as a bug, but I'm not going to work on this immediately. I have other things to look into. This is not a high priority task for me. I look into it some other time in next sprint or something like that. This is what the end meaning. This is what the gist ardham for that particular deferred word is. All right. All okay? Good. I'll take your silence as a yes. So next you have some other phase also called as duplicate. Called as your duplicate. What is a duplicate? Okay. Duplicate is nothing but imagine there is a scenario where you and your friend are both testing the same application. Okay. You are testing one test case, he is doing some other test case. You have tested the application in the morning, your friend has tested in the afternoon. When you have tested the application in morning, you have got a bug. You have got a bug. You have raised that bug on Jira. Very good. Everybody in the team knows that you have raised the bug. Because once you raise a bug, you should inform it in the team so that the other person will stop testing that functionality. Okay. You got a bug. You should inform the other people in the team so that they will not test that particular functionality. That's how it works. All right. So your friend did not see your update. He tested the same functionality, another bug. I mean, the same bug. He did not see your Jira ticket. He has tested the same functionality. He got the bug. What should he do? Ideally, he will be raising a bug, obviously. And he has raised a bug without knowing that you have already raised a bug. He did not look into your Jira issue. He did not see your message. He has tested the application and without seeing your message, he has got a bug. Ideally, as a very good tester, as a obedient tester, he is going to raise a bug. So what will your developer say? Arey pagal ho kya? You have already raised a bug for this. Why are you again raising a bug? Why are you raising another Jira ticket for the same bug? Pagal hoga kya? You already raised a bug for this. Why are you again raising a bug? If you get a bug, your entire team gets a bug. Your team is 10 people. Just because your team is 10 people, you're not going to raise 10 Jira tickets for the same bug. Because we are 10 people, we'll raise 10 tickets. No, that's not how it works. If it's a bug for you, it's a bug for other person also. The bug is not exclusive for you. If it's a bug, that bug will be present for everyone in your team. So your entire team can raise one ticket. So just because your team has 10 people, you're not going to raise 10 tickets. Okay, we are 10 people, we'll raise 10 tickets. No, what is the point in raising 10 tickets? All the 10 tickets mean the same thing, ever. All the 10 tickets mean the same thing. Same bug. They refer to the same bug. What's the point in raising 10 bugs, 10 tickets, unnecessarily creating confusion for your developer? So at that point of time, what your developer will do, he'll mark it as duplicate. Acha, this bug is already present. This was already raised. You need not raise it again. So I'm marking it as duplicate. So it will not be considered. That Jira ticket will be ignored. Not that bug will be ignored. That ticket will be ignored. All right. So understood what I'm trying to say here. All good. Chalo. Let's stop it here for today. I want to stop it here for you today. I don't want to give you too much of gyan in a single day. So it's already 10:10. So I'll give you 5 more minutes. If you have any queries, let me know. I'll be there to answer your queries. If you have any queries, let me know. I'll be happy to answer your queries. I'll be on mute. I'll take bulk of your queries at once. So if you have anything, let me know. If you do not have anything, relax. No problem. Amma, Sangeeta, bolo. What is use case and user story? Selvi, I'm going to explain this during your Jira. Of course, we are going to learn free Jira. It's not on par with your actual Jira in the company, but that's good for you to understand the UI. So you will learn that in your Jira. Implementation. Cheppina kada Gupta already told you implementation means coding or a development. Sai, when does core Java start? Maybe 1.5 week more. Well, 19th kada, by the end of this week, I'll try to close manual testing, Jira and test cases by this 24th. Next week, I'll try to close manual database testing and manual API testing basics. So maybe you can think from first or from third. We will start core Java. Don't worry. User acceptance testing. I already explained user acceptance testing. If I remember it correctly, I've already explained user acceptance testing. If you have 5 members in a team, all the 5 will test the same portion. Maybe, maybe not. Depends on what backlog items you have. I'm really not going to tell you anything concrete because depends. If you have a very senior most person is going to work on some complex module. If you have some newbies in your team, they are going to test the most basic regression testing cases like that. Print grooming. Okay, Chelvi, you have been asking this repeatedly. Hold on, I'll explain. API testing manual, amma. No automation. API testing automation, your core Java should be excellent. So API automation is not covered. API manual is covered. Basics of API testing. Good to answer your interviews. And Sangeeta, yes, this material is enough to crack your interviews. Yes. Yes, 9 out of 10 times you can crack your interview. So it has been covered, keeping that in view. But again, I'm not saying this is the ultimate guide. I'm not going to say that. But enough for you to be confident about your manual testing interview. Manual testing projects ante, I'll be giving SQL queries to you, some 70 to 80 SQL queries. You can use those SQL queries and start practicing it. API testing, I will be giving some tasks for you for API testing. Manual testing, you should write some test cases which I give. I'll give you a template, a basic template. You can use that and write your own test cases which I asked you. Okay. Yes, Rashida, experience also. Sprint grooming. Sprint grooming is nothing but, imagine there is nothing called as sprint grooming, project grooming mostly. Not sprint grooming. Maybe you'll have sprint grooming also, but I never came across. I always came across project grooming. What happens in grooming is nothing but preparing you for the project. Nothing simple. Preparing. Grooming. What is the meaning of grooming? Grooming means preparing you. You have your kids. You have a 5-year-old kid. Some of you are married. You have 5-year-old kids. You send him or her to cricket coaching, karate coaching. Nothing but grooming. Grooming him to become a good cricketer. Grooming her to become a good karate to be good at karate. Grooming is nothing but preparing someone for something. Project grooming means preparing you for your project. What will they do in project grooming? They will explain you the functionality of the application. What is this application about? What does this module do? This button do? This screen do? What options do you have in this screen? All of these things. That's it. This is what happens in your grooming sessions. Helping you understand more about the application. That is what happens in your grooming sessions. Understood now what grooming is? Like KT only. I'm not sure how many of them will understand what KT is, but yeah, those who understand what KT is, yes, it is KT, knowledge transfer. Okay, wa? Anything other? Anything anything other than this? Any other questions? All okay? Please summarize. Rema, you are not going to get negative testing now. You will get it slowly. Don't worry. Please summarize in short. Your bug life cycle simply defects the. Your bug life cycle simply summarizes the different activities that happen right when you raise your bug till the bug is fixed. Whatever happens in between, that is what is described in your bug life cycle. Just because you have raised your bug does not mean it will immediately get fixed, or it will not even be rejected. There is a lot of drama that happens when you raise a bug. All that drama, all that phases one after the other is explained in your bug life cycle or a defect life cycle. There are a lot of phases. Each phase has got its own what do you call speciality or functionality. That is what is your defect life cycle is. So I'll send you the request for GitHub today night. I'll try to send it. If not, by tomorrow, before you start joining for this, before you join the session tomorrow, you will have your invites in your email boxes. Whatever email address you have mentioned in the Excel file. If anyone has not updated it, go and update it immediately in Google Classroom. All right. Cool. I believe today's session has been a lot more interactive. After a lot of after a lot of gap, we have had we have 3 days where we have not learned anything. So I believe today's session was a little interactive for you guys also. I've tried. Okay. Ever by Avilu? Manalle Naviru? Good to know, Santoshini. మీరేనా అదేంది మరి మీరెందుకు అప్డేట్ చేయలే? ఏమో ఇక్కడ మరి ఆల్రెడీ అప్డేట్ అయ్యిందా? అదేంటి మీకు యాక్సెస్ లేదా గూగుల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్ కి? అప్డేట్ అయితే చేసినా నేను, నో ప్రాబ్లం. Some 60 people might have updated this, but it's very good. If you have anyone who has not yet updated it, please do it. If you don't do it, you're not going to get any notes, because I'm not going to share the notes separately, individually, in chat, in email, in phone. It's not possible for me to share it with all of the 60 of you individually. So at one go, one shot, all 60 people should receive the notes at once, broadcast. So that's the purpose of your GitHub. Make sure you're updating it. So by the time you join tomorrow, you will be receiving your invitation. I'll show you how to accept the invitation also. If you're not going to accept the invitation before the class, that's all right. You can see it, look into it in the class only. Don't worry. All right. Chalo. Good night, guys. Good night. Bye.